Chancellor, Vice Chancellor and President, Your Excellency, distinguished guests, members of the official party, academic staff, graduates, and guests, good morning. Welcome to the graduation ceremony for the Colleges of Healthcare Sciences, Business, Law and Governance, Arts, Society and Education, and Science and Engineering. Would you please remain standing for the playing of the national anthems of Australia and the Republic of Singapore? Thank you. Please be seated. We are assembled here this morning to confer James Cook University degrees and awards. May I take this opportunity to introduce members of the official party. My name is Professor Abhishek Bhati. I'm the Singapore Campus Dean and today's Ceremony Marshal. From our right, Professor Karen West, Head of Nursing and Midwifery and Dean of Research, Singapore. Professor Stephen Boyle, Dean of the College of Business, Law and Governance. Professor Ron White, Dean of the College of Science and Engineering. Professor Maythan Mullins, Dean International. This morning, Mace Bearer, Associate Professor Tinny Stillen, Associate Dean, Research Education, and Associate Professor of Psychology. The University Chancellor, Mr. Bill Tudell. Vice Chancellor and President, Professor Simon Biggs. This morning's occasional speaker, His Excellency Mr. William Hodgman, the Australian High Commissioner to Singapore. Ms. Trisha Brand, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Services and Resources Division. Dr. Cam Charlton. Dr. Charlton is a member of the Board of Directors of James Cook University, Singapore. Professor Stephen Naylor, Chair of the University's Academic Board. Seated behind the official party are members of the university staff. Chancellor, I invite you to address the Assembly.
Good morning. I warmly acknowledge today Professor Simon Biggs, Vice Chancellor and President, His Excellency the Honourable Will Hodgman, Australian High Commissioner to Singapore, who, as you've heard, will honour us by delivering this morning's occasional address. Professor Chris Rudd, Officer of the Order of the British Empire, Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Head of Singapore Campus. Dr. Cam Charlton, former Deputy Chancellor and Member of the Board of Directors of JCU Singapore. Ms. Wu Chukwao, our graduate speaker. Members of the official party, members of JCU's governing body, the Council, ladies and gentlemen, but most important of all, our graduates. It's my great pleasure to be standing here again in person, welcoming you to a JCU graduation ceremony. My wife, Chris, who's with us today, Chris and I have had the pleasure of being here in August for our first face-to-face ceremony since 2019, and we're very excited to be back. Sadly, today's ceremonies will be my final ones for JCU Singapore as Chancellor. I am set to finish my time in this position in March next year, after what has been a very rewarding and stimulating 7 years in this role. Presiding over graduation ceremonies has been one of my favourite duties. I've been determined to be present at every JCU Singapore graduation. COVID, however, forced those ceremonies for a while to be virtual only. In fact, since I began my tenure in March 2016, I've been able to ensure that every degree awarded in person at all JCU graduation ceremonies in Singapore or Australia has been awarded by me. This is a record in which I take pride. The very first JCU campus I've visited following on my election as Chancellor in late 2015 was here in Singapore. JCU Singapore has a very special place in my heart, and it always will have. The dynamism of Singapore never ceases to inspire. The courage and resilience of the can-do people of this marvellous country throughout the pandemic has been commendable. I thank all of you, our graduates, for the fortitude you have displayed during what was one of the most disruptive times at university for any student. You have grappled with the pain of being separated from family and classmates. Some of you may even have lost family members or friends to the pandemic. You have endured isolation, loneliness, travel restrictions, internet outages, and a lot more. You have demonstrated tremendous resilience and not just managed to continue your education, but to excel in the face of adversity. Congratulations to you and well done. For JCU, the pandemic has been a catalyst for both change and renewal. JCU Singapore in particular has weathered the storm tremendously well. Staff as well as students have adapted admirably to the challenges of online learning in the face of what at times were frequently changing COVID restrictions. Professor Chris Rudd is to be commended on his outstanding leadership during this time. In achieving what we've achieved in Singapore, JCU University has enjoyed the important support and encouragement of important partners. Very high among them have been successive Australian High Commissioners and their staff. I acknowledge with gratitude the strong relationship that we have enjoyed with His Excellency Mr. Will Hodgman, and wish him and his wife Nikki every success and fulfilment in their next adventures after he completes his term in the coming months. I look forward very much to his remarks later on in our ceremony. Now, graduates, today is all about you. This is the time to really take in the full significance of what you have achieved. Those of us responsible for leading this university are proud of you for staying the course and for reaching this milestone. I very much look forward to greeting you as you cross this stage later in the ceremony, and those of us on this stage aren't the only ones who will be cheering you on at that moment. I'd therefore like to acknowledge with gratitude the family and friends who have been your support, your motivation, and I guess an occasional shoulder to cry on. Today they celebrate alongside you, either here with us at this ceremony or from afar. What you've achieved is to lay the foundation of a new and exciting chapter in your lives, a future that will be filled with highs and lows and all kinds of responsibilities and challenges. As you move forward to this next stage of your lives, I urge you to keep your minds open to new possibilities and not be afraid to take risks or make mistakes. As the legendary American baseballer Babe Ruth put it, don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. And the oft-quoted Latin proverb, of course, puts it, fortune favours the brave. Please remember when you leave today that this doesn't have to be goodbye, please. Quite the opposite, in fact. Your university is invested in your future, and we want to follow and celebrate your successes. I do therefore encourage you to stay in touch with JCU through our alumni network. Chris and I are certainly very glad we did, and we will continue to do so after I step down as Chancellor. Graduates, congratulations to you and good luck.
I would also like to introduce another member of the official party, Professor Chris Rudd, OBE, Deputy Vice Chancellor and Head of Singapore Campus. Chancellor, I call upon the Chair of the Academic Board, Professor Stephen Naylor, to present the graduates.
Will all graduands please stand? Chancellor, I certify to you and to the university that all graduands standing before you today have fulfilled the requirements prescribed by the university, and I ask that they be admitted to their respective awards.
In the name of the University Council and by my authority as Chancellor, I admit all candidates so approved and congratulate and warmly welcome you all as JCU graduates. Well done.
graduates please be seated?
Chancellor, I invite Professor Karen West, Dean of Research Singapore and Head of Nursing and Midwifery, to present the College of Healthcare Science graduates.
Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Psychological Science, Mohammed Zim Nan Samoon. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of the Diploma of Higher Education, Wei Zha Tan. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Psychological Science, Abigail Wong Sao Pang. Thi Li Lo Young Xuan. Amanda Poon Suan Si. Wendy Wen Lee Ong. Is it new? Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Psychological Science, Angie Ng. Ariyin Rao Gula Gula. Thanks. Callum James Walker. Charlie Lee as Ted D. Chen Hao An. Felice Yang. Gabrielle Angelique. Ayingu Ruchir R. Devara Kanatha. Joey Chin Lee. Jordan Go Young Yan. Joy Ling Shu Fen. Lakshmi Binu Raj. Lee Housey Grace. Sean Lim Kui Sin. Po Yi Hui Elisa. Sharon K. Dillon. Sharon Soon Zi Yu. Shri Vashreen Thalamalay Vijay. Tan Jia Yi Shari. Tu Diep Khan Ann. Nicole. Wong Yu Weng. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Psychological Science with distinction. Younes Leong Wei Yang. Jasmine Chiang Yi Ru. Kimberly Huslin. Lu Pei Chen. Madeline Faith Jakin. Mary Chellis. Tan Lip Han Yuan. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Psychological Science Honours. Avian Jenny Severa. Chaozan Keith. Rogini Morthy. Zi Nan. Celeste Chua Siang. Lei Janiji Bion. Kara Ong Luin. Privisha Anandan. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Nursing, Sang Itha. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Psychological Science, Alyssa Mary Melvin. Nguyen Huan Tan Zuk. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Psychology Clinical, She Jing An. Sophie Teo Jia Ying. Sonia Elizabeth Branson. Tan Ying Jin. Yip Young Ting. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Psychology Clinical with distinction, Li Kiang Chi. Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of graduates from the College of Healthcare Sciences.
Chancellor, I invite Professor Stephen Boyle, Dean of the College of Business, Law and Governance, to present the college graduates.
Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Diploma of Higher Education, Hein Tat So. Jonathan Salim. Liu Yifan. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business, Bai Tian Ying. Balasubramaniam Vaishnav Shivaha. Ban Nyap Nam. Brian Alexander Wijaja. Tai Chin Chen. Tai Ting Wei, Jen Bing Run, Judith Sichi Cheng, Zheng Shuting, Dao Tan Hung, Din Yuan Nok Ha, Din Thi Nha, Gabrielle Thay Harrison, Han Pang So, Hiba Khatija Hamid, Hu Hui Xing, Su Ya Chu, Ismail Akhil Inaz, Ivory Leone, Kadashan Yerikov, Kang Set Ong at Shor Lung, Chio Nyi Nyi Kent, Ko Yi Tan, La Dong Vi, Lei Tu Yet Lin, Lee Pak Hong Peter, Lin Kant Pine, Ma Yi Chum Hio, Myo Tant Ko, Nguyen Min Chow, Nguyen T Min Tui, Nguyen Tuan An, Nguyen E Nai, Neo Mi To. Pan Fu Fu Fui. Park Moon Jeong. Pham Duc Thuy. Po Jovelita Quina Susanto. Rachel Yeek Pin Hui. Sarah Teo Kerr Zing. Shen Peng. Su Zihan. Mei Hui Sun. Tiha Ye Thuy. Timothy Pratamaputra Dali. Thuta Nian. Vu Hong Phuong. Xu Zicheng. Yan Ziyu. Yang Shikui. Ye Chi Ning. Zhang Yiqi. Zhong Quiling. Ju Manting. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business with distinction, Clara Caminita Hamdasano. Han Nin So. Hui Savcheng. Kong Visitida. Nathasia Arifin. Nguyen T. Hong Nyok. Nicole Vania Tanuhajo. Rodriguez Errol Jake Marta. Xinyi Wang. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Isaac Yip Hao Meng. Liu Siyu. Yu Rui. Zhang Lei Ming. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Tourism, Hospitality and Events, Gandiwa Theodore Sanders. Trong Ha Mi. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Business Administration, Apinan Abharat Wile. Asa Samio. Chao Yi-gi. Ding Qixin. Evelyn Yang. He Runfeng. Hiteshwar Ramesh. Genevieve Ajay Makhija. Janmisha Say Kirthi Reddy Vari Mahad Eva Reddy Gari. Ling Hui Jia. Julian Nurchan. Keshav Gupta. Nguyen Tu Queen. Ritika Mittal. Sayona Purahit. Meng Ying Sheng. Sivanath Ravi. Yati Wadkawan. Yu Wenying. Wan Manlin. Zhongling Chu. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Business Administration with distinction, Jocelyn Leo. Li Ti Nyan. Nguyen Kong Sun. Nguyen Ti An Tu. Stephanus. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of International Tourism and Hospitality Management, He Xiang Lin. Li Yu Chao. Mo Shu. Fan Swan Mi. Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of graduates from the College of Business, Law and Governance.
Chancellor, I invite Professor Ron White, Dean of the College of Science and Engineering, to present the graduates from the College of Arts, Society and Education and the College of Science and Engineering.
Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Ethan James Tang Ching Hong. Genevieve Marie Wong Ai Hui. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Early Childhood Education, Daniel Tan Aik Song. Lee Ann. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Masters of Guidance and Counselling, Azra Ziddiqui. Dr. Thomas Chong Hui Hian. Chao Tan Hui. Lee Yun Yun, Nazaran Latif, Oh Young Hui Yi, Pang Ro Wei, Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Diploma of Higher Education, Jonathan Roy Ferreira Aguirre. Pei Son So Mo. Zhou Wei Yan Fiok. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business and Environmental Science, Anil Maydin. Shania Sobriello. Ryan Matthias Danson. Tan Wei Xuan. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Information Technology, Nguyen Hoang Ba Han. Pham Hoi Tan. Pu Kao Pingo Son. Su Swing Sin Ong. Tuan Dat Tran. Shu Yi Ju. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Information Technology with distinction, Dan Nat Kwang. Mohammed Ralthrosa. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science with distinction, Wu Chu Chow. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Information Technology, Siddhant Biswas. Kam King Wai. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Information Technology with distinction, Zhong Chen. Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of the graduates.
Thank you, Roger. Chancellor, I have much pleasure in introducing this morning's occasional speaker, His Excellency Mr. William Hodgman. The Honourable Mr. William Hodgman commenced as Australia's High Commissioner to Singapore in January 2021. Mr. Hodgman was most recently the inaugural chair of the Australian Business Growth Fund. He served in the Parliament of Tasmania from 2002 until 2020, including as the state's 45th Premier between 2014 and 2020. As Premier of Tasmania, Mr. Hodgman initiated trade missions to the Indo-Pacific and Europe to promote economic, cultural, and social links with Tasmania. Ambassador Will Hodgman is married to Nikki, and they have 3 children. Chancellor, it is with much pleasure that I invite His Excellency Mr. William Hodgman to deliver the occasional address.
Good morning to Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor and President, members of the official party, distinguished guests, members of staff, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, the graduates, their families, their friends and their very enthusiastic cheer squads who have joined us this morning. What a delight to be able to participate in a graduation ceremony in person this year. But 20 years ago, it was an exciting time as well. James Cook University was about to start up here in Singapore, and in Australia's island state of Tasmania, I was just starting what would be my 18-year career as a Member of Parliament. And in my very first speech in Parliament, I spoke at length of the importance of education, and that though I lived on a small island, I firmly believed that no matter what its geographical limitations, wherever you live, education is the passport to unlimited opportunity. And I still feel this deeply today. For I would never have imagined way back then that I'd go on to lead Tasmania's government as Premier for 6 years, let alone have the honour to then be appointed Australia's High Commissioner to Singapore, a dream role. But I'm sure that that would not have happened without a good education. It is a passport to unlimited opportunity. And you've got that, a very fine education at James Cook University Singapore campus that we celebrate today. And I hope that you achieve your own ambitions and more. But of course things don't always go to plan, and life has a habit of throwing us curveballs, like the massive one that we've all had to just deal with. And we are in fact only now emerging from what has been amongst the most challenging of times for us all, but especially for students and their educators, and for parents who have reported drastically rising concerns for the well-being and the development of their children. It has been an incredibly difficult time. So gaining your passport has been much harder than normal. It's been well reported that education has been amongst the greatest victims of this global pandemic. Gaining a university degree at the best of times is very challenging and stressful. But you've endured and you have achieved in these most difficult times. Your achievements are indeed truly impressive and inspiring. But one would still be forgiven for feeling a little despondent, as our world often appears most uncertain, unsettling, even a disheartening place. So today we are also vividly reminded that you give us hope, because education is not only your passport to opportunity, but it is also the most powerful of forces with which one can change the world. So no matter how troubled our times, you represent a brighter future, because education breeds hope. And that is something we also celebrate today. And thirdly, we celebrate James Cook University and its Singapore campus, and its excellent, resilient and innovative educators. The fine team, led by Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Head of Campus, Professor Chris Rudd. 20 years ago, like me, it perhaps didn't quite know where it might be today. But with a clear, unwavering mission, it's now Australia's only overseas-based university campus, recognised here in Singapore. Over time, it has sustained the same unbridled enthusiasm and vision of today's graduates, many of which are around the same age, with a clear, unwavering mission of improving life in the tropics. And this is a lesson, an important lesson too, in having clarity of vision and purpose. Deliberately pointed at high areas of priority here in Singapore and in areas of opportunity for its students. Early childhood education, clinical psychology, cyber security and Industry 4.0, research in aquaculture, food safety and healthy ageing. It is a responsive and relevant institution. But of course, JCUS has also needed to endure and overcome these most difficult of times. A sudden and protracted period of uncertainty. Students at home and off campus. Many students not even able to enter Singapore due to restrictions. Teaching abruptly moving online, course programs, teaching methods and assessments all recalibrated. It is an enormous credit to JCUS that throughout they continued to deliver quality education while still managing to sustain a strong sense of community and connectedness through JCUS. While most importantly also and necessarily prioritising health and safety of staff, students and our wider community. I know because I visited the campus in the depths of lockdown, but the passion and the commitment for education at JCUS still clearly shone through. So to our excellent educators, you should also be especially proud today for your achievements as well as those of your students. So I want to take the opportunity to acknowledge the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Simon Biggs, who has recently started in really what are also uncharted waters, and to acknowledge Chancellor Bill Tweddle, whose enormous contribution as you conclude your term, we thank you for. A former notable Australian diplomat as well, not only that, but cementing Singapore's global footprint for JCUS, and in so doing, further enhancing what is, in my view, the most profound and enduring of connections between our two nations, the people-to-people links that are forged through education. They are so often central in advancing our many shared objectives and the future security and prosperity of the region in which we live, Southeast Asia. And today's graduates, you also have the great honour to join what is an important group that is so often consisting of some of Australia's finest ambassadors, members of the Australian alumni in Singapore. And we celebrate and give thanks for that as well, and we look forward to enlisting your services. So in conclusion, my thanks again for the immense privilege of being able to attend this special occasion today alongside my wife Nikki, notably also a proud and dedicated member of the fine team at James Cook University Singapore campus. It's our delight to join the celebration of our graduates. You have endured and you have achieved. Do, over time, develop that sense of vision and purpose. You do offer us hope, as you are now equipped with that most potent of weapons to change our world for the better, and you now have that passport to unlimited opportunity, a fine education. Congratulations.
Chancellor, it gives me pleasure to invite Ms. Wu Chu-chiao to deliver the graduate address.
Chancellor, Vice Chancellor and President, His Excellency William Hodgman, members of the Social Party, distinguished guests, members of staff, ladies and gentlemen, fellow graduates, I am Wu Chu-chiao from Bachelor of Science majoring in Data Science, and it is my honor to stand here and speak a few words on behalf of the graduates. Firstly, let's express our thanks to our occasional speaker, the Honorable William Hodgman, Australian High Commissioner to Singapore, who just delivered such an inspiring address. I believe we all learned from that. Come on, where's your applause, ladies and gentlemen? Besides this, I would like to thank my family and friends because they are the people who always have my back so that I can move forward fearlessly. Shout out to Jiawei, the EMA's IT peer tutor coordinator, Hattie, a teacher and a friend, and my homie Xu Yang, our less valedictorian sitting over there, I think. Thank you for you people's companionship and help throughout the way. I also want to thank the Windfillers team. It's you guys who showed me how to be friends and teammates at the same time. We had such a wonderful time learning happily together. Thanks to Miss Quillen too. You're like a mother giving care to me at my most helpless moment. Thank you so much. Fellow graduates, I believe you guys also want to thank your friends and family members for their support to you. Please stand up and give them a big round of applause. If you want to hug them too, just go ahead. You can sit down now. It's almost 3 years after the outbreak of COVID-19, and now we're holding our second in-person graduation ceremony since the pandemic. I believe that most of the graduates and graduates today who are attending this ceremony, both online and offline, have witnessed the process of how both students and faculties in JCU Singapore have struggled together to find the most suitable teaching mode under each anti-epidemic stage. Although maybe we didn't accomplish it perfectly, we did it successfully because every one of you is a living proof. Finally, our courses will be fully face-to-face in the next trimester. I am respectful to and proud of every one of you paid your effort into this. And I am also touched by how we JCU people worked as a team, unitingly and adaptively. Each of you is a treasure to be thanked. Sometimes I think JCU is a miracle place for us to make a change because no matter where you come from or who you were, you will always be given chances here. The professors are warm-hearted and willing to help you. You even can see the passion they have for the field they are teaching in some of your lecturers' eyes. Students here are sharing such a friendly atmosphere, receptive to different cultures. The contents of the courses are also worth mentioning since JCUS is using a method full of interactions to help students understand how to think creatively. This way of thinking can enable us to solve challenging problems from a unique perspective. Also, JCU cares about students' well-being a lot. The counseling session provided can help us mentally stay strong, even facing some setbacks, making sure we can maintain our enthusiasm for learning and deal with our trauma. Before entering JCU, I was aimless and cynical, but after my education here, I found the field that I like to research and understood how to respect and collaborate with people. I am a different person now. Here, I would like to express my gratitude to Dr. Eric Tan, the senior lecturer of my major. He taught me most of the data science knowledge I learned from the university. I got to know how interesting and important data science is. I also want to thank Dr. Randy Zhu, Mr. Patrick Escambello, and Mr. Ling Xingyuan for showing me the fun of learning. Mentioning happy learning, I'd like to claim it is my favorite part of my bachelor's education. It is more like a mindset than a learning method. As humans, we have to continuously learn throughout our whole lives, so why don't we do it happily? With a positive attitude, we will be more concentrated and even have a rise in efficiency. But how to make sure it is achieved? We can choose to either study our topics of interest or to use a suitable study method for our own. Hope every one of us can experience happy learning in the future, and congratulations on our graduations. Thank you.
Chancellor, it is with much pleasure that I invite Vice Chancellor and President, Professor Simon Biggs, to deliver the closing address.
Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, university colleagues, and of course, most importantly, our graduates. It's my great privilege to deliver the final words on behalf of James Cook University. I'd like to start by sincerely thanking our Chancellor, Bill Twaddell, and our university community for welcoming me so warmly as Vice-Chancellor and President this year. Chancellor, on behalf of the whole JCU community, I want to thank you for your contributions to the leadership and governance of our university. Your achievements are many, and I believe you will leave our university strengthened and reinvigorated for the next period in its incredible history. As a proud JCU alumnus, you have embodied our vision and ensured that we stay true to our remit of creating a brighter future for our communities in the north of Australia, Singapore, the tropics and beyond. We thank you unreservedly and wish you all the best for your retirement in March next year. Graduates, I am very well aware that it is me who is standing between you and your celebrations with your family and friends. I promise to not keep you too long. Well, today is all about recognising your achievements. Please make sure you take a moment to thank those people who make up your support network. Many of them, of course, are here cheering you on today. Your family, your friends, your classmates, and even your university lecturers deserve your gratitude. They too live the highs and lows of your achievements and are there for support as you grow your potential. Graduates, not only have you gained a world-class education in your field, but the added hurdles of the pandemic have taught you an invaluable life skill: resilience. Resilience is the ability to cope and persevere in times of stress and change. It is not a skill we automatically have. You are not born with it. You must learn it and develop it. If we reflect now on your university experience over the past few years, stress and change are definitely two things you have had to endure. Through your ability to adapt to online learning, adjust to living in isolation, and in some cases mourn the loss of loved ones, you have learned how to cope and persevere. You have learned how to be resilient. Why is this such an important skill to have in your professional life? Well, let me share a couple of real-life examples of how resilience can be useful. Nabila Chulida graduated from JCU Singapore with a Bachelor of Business, but from a young age she dreamt of being an entrepreneur. Inspired by her mum's traditional Indonesian fried chicken recipe, Nabila and her partner Tarun opened Singapore's first ayam geprek outlet called Papa Ayam in 2018. But the early stages of setting up this enterprise would severely test their resilience. Nabila found it difficult to gain investors for her venture, eventually turning to her parents to help fund the business setup. Sadly, just after the incorporation of their business, Nabila's mother was diagnosed with cancer, affecting her parents' ability to invest. Of course, at that point, Nabila could have given up. But her resilience kicked in. She adapted and soldiered on, negotiating payment terms with landlords, agents, and other suppliers that would see them weather the storm. Thankfully, Nabila's mother recovered, and they were able to complete all pending payments in the first month of operation. And now their business is still going strong. Similarly, Dilon Wee, an aspiring marine biologist, came to JCU Singapore to study for a Bachelor of Business and Environmental Science. Inspired by his heroes, Steve Irwin and David Attenborough, Dilon had a deep desire to save the marine world. After graduation, he began work for Resort World Sentosa Sea Aquarium, eventually taking on an executive role in the Conservation and Research Department. Dilon was tasked with engaging with collaborators to spread awareness of conservation activities in which they could take part. In the early days, his efforts were met with resistance. He had to overcome entrenched ideas and controversy surrounding the aquarium to break new ground. During that time, he learned an important lesson in resilience, persistence, and remaining true to your why, the drive that powers your actions. In time, he managed to gain support, perspectives changed, and he even garnered government interest in sustainability. What we can learn from Nabila and Dilon's experiences is persisting in the face of resistance or dealing with an unavoidable life disruption is that through adversity grows resilience. They understand that if we allow it, adversity will bring wisdom and heightened awareness in its wake. But like all of you, Nabila and Dilon will need to keep working on their resilience. So as I bring my remarks to a close, let me leave you with some final tools that can further develop this essential skill. 1, be future-focused and adaptable. Don't dwell on the past or what has gone wrong. Try to view each change as an opportunity to adapt, grow, and improve. Challenges are opportunities to learn something about yourself, personally and professionally. Like Nabila, you may unlock your ingenuity and resourcefulness to make your goals a reality. 2, remember your why. When life and work get challenging, we need to remember why we began the journey in the first place. Reconnecting with what really matters and what really drives you will help guide your career to a place where you will both be challenged and fulfilled. In Dilon's case, it helped him stay the course to drive positive change for a more sustainable future. 3, be a lifelong learner. Technology and industry change can and do change rapidly. You must commit yourself to continual improvement throughout your career to ensure that your skills remain sharp and relevant. Graduates, today you have forever etched your names into the JCU history books. You will join your fellow alumni and take your place proudly in the world. Throughout your career, there will be times where you will struggle. There will be hurdles to jump and challenges to overcome. When those times come, remember what you have achieved right here. You have the professional skills and resilience to take on these challenges and be better for them. Follow your passions and strive to make a difference. Be proud of where you've come from, as we will always be proud of you. Graduates, I wish you all the best in your future endeavours. Congratulations and farewell.
Chancellor, the successful staging of this ceremony is a culminative effort of many university staff. I would like to thank the university graduations and events officers for the coordination of this ceremony. This graduation ceremony has now concluded. Will the Assembly please stand? The Chancellor will now lead the academic procession from the auditorium.
Dear graduates and guests, please proceed to the foyer through the exit at the back of the event hall for your refreshments.